$10 more to shoot a deer. $13 more to hunt pheasants. And you know what? $14 more to go fishing. That's right. Welcome to Hunting God's Country. I'm Jason, and there has been some new developments. So I talked to you guys back in December about House Bill 6229, and it was a proposal for the new license fees for this year. And then I talked to you a few weeks later when House Bill 6229 was dead. Right? It didn't make it off the House floor. It just went away. Well, I've been watching and anticipating and expecting it to come back. And it didn't come back the way that we thought it was going to. It actually came back in a sort of surprising way in terms of Governor Whitmer's 2025 to 26 fiscal year budget. So, along with a couple of other things, a couple other really big bills, and by bills I mean dollars, the Michigan hunting license fee increase has been presented into the budget proposal for 2025-26 for the state of Michigan. So what does that mean? That means it's going to be in a whole mess of stuff that's going to get voted on. And I'm sorry to tell you guys, but it's likely it's going to pass. Call me wrong. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking here. But this one's going to be in a whole flood of other things that are going through the budget committee to be approved and passed into the state's budget for next year. So let's get to the bulk of it. There's a few things I want to talk about today, but the first thing is going to be this. Hunting license fees are in this proposal, in the budget for the state for next year, with essentially a 50% increase across the board for just about everything. A deer license is going to go from $20 to $30. The base license / small game, that's going from $11 up to $17. Combination license, which is what I get every year, which your combo is 2 deer tags, a fishing license, and your base license. That's currently $76. That is proposed to go to $115. The fishing license, if you want to get just a fishing license, which a lot of people do, not everybody hunts and fishes like I do, some just do one or the other. Fish license, $26 currently, proposed to go to $40. Now, there is some truth to the fact that Michigan's hunting license fees and fishing license fees are lower than a lot of other states around. But nonetheless, there have been proposed increases for a while. Nothing's changed since 2014. The prices that we're paying today are prices that were set back in 2014. So it's been over 10 years since the license fees have changed. However, there's been a huge increase in inflation. I'm not sure how many of you have had a huge increase in your income, but that's for another time. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I want you guys to know that there has been a change for what's coming up by putting it into the budget presentation for the 25-26 fiscal year, and it's likely to pass. And here's where we stand with it. One thing that bothers me, and I'm just going to be honest about it, one thing that bothers me is the increase that's projected for seniors. So we're talking about people that are essentially retired, that have probably a lower income than most of us who are still of working age and able to have a little bit better income. Their licenses are going to increase quite a bit. So I wrote some things down on here, and we can put that up here so you can just stare at it for a minute and see what all of the proposed changes are. But it bothers me that we are going 50% increase for all the standard licensing. And then for seniors, they're basically getting a 300% increase. They're going to pay 3 times as much under this new proposal as what they pay now. So currently a deer license for a senior is $8. They're proposing moving that up to $23. The base license for a senior is $5, and they're talking about putting that at $13. And then the fishing license for seniors is $11. And the proposal has that going to $30. So you just saw it on the board I was holding up. It's kind of extreme. I want to know what you guys think about this. This is a little bit of a charged topic, and the reality of it is 2025. Yes, there's been inflation. Essentially, why is the money needed? Where is the money going? And I can answer a couple of those questions. The increase in our inflation, our Department of Natural Resources still has to purchase things, right? There are items that they need in order to do their job. As simple as gasoline and maintenance on vehicles, all the way up to seed for the areas that they work on for agricultural purposes, and all of those similar projects like that they undertake. And the cost of all that has gone up. I'm not arguing that. Also, with the size of our Department of Natural Resources and the number of people that they employ, the keeping up with their wages has not been able to be recovered by our decrease in hunting license sales. Now, I'm not entirely sure what drives the decrease in sales. I don't know if people are getting out of hunting, if we're not passing enough of that on to our next generation, if we're not getting our kids out to hunt and fish and they're not getting their kids out to hunt and fish. I don't know where the decrease has come from over time. Now, obviously, there's a large group of baby boomers and their children like me. I was just born into hunting and fishing. I've been doing it literally since I was 3 and 4 years old. So it's just part of my life. It's what I do. And I don't know if my generation has brought that down to their children. So I do feel like there's been a decrease there. But if you go back to 1990, selling 1.5 million deer licenses, to now we're selling 600,000. That's huge. That's basically 1/3 of what we sold 30 years ago. So not only has the Department of Natural Resources grown in its efforts and in its amount of employees, but the amount of licenses being sold has decreased. With that license money going to fund everything for the DNR, I can see where there's a discrepancy. But I don't know all the exact numbers, and I don't know where all that money's being spent. I don't know how much of that fund is dedicated to each individual part, how much is parks and recreation, how much is for reseeding burned forest. I don't know any of those details. I will research and find those details. But essentially, it's put us in a position where the DNR essentially is in need of about $20 million. From what I've read, from the research I have done, there's quite a deficit there that needs to be picked up. And this proposal basically increases the price of all of these licenses to account for the discrepancy that's there currently and what they need for future funding. So keep that in mind. The next thing to look at here is the increase that's proposed for Watercraft. Now, if you looked at the board that I held up earlier, if you know, and hopefully that was just up so you could look at it, essentially 75% increase, which equates to $6.9 million of additional revenue based on watercraft fees, what we pay to register our boats. So for a small boat right now, if you're under 12 foot, it's $14. That's going to $24.17, I think, something like that. And a big boat that's currently $400, $440, somewhere in there, that's going up over $700. So there's a 75% increase projected for watercraft. Hi, Joe. You trying to be in the video now? Yeah? Okay. All right. You say hi to everybody? You're facing the wrong way. You got to turn around and say hi to them. Yeah. Look at the camera. It's over there. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Hi. Hi everybody, if you can see JoJo, she just couldn't take me making a video, so she had to come say hi. Didn't ya? Yeah. Come say hi? Okay. Think you can step away without knocking the tripod over? Do you think so? Okay. Nope, you can't, can you? So the Watercraft increase fees, along with the proposed fee hikes for all of the hunting and fishing licenses, altogether is like $28 million that they're expecting to increase revenue for the next fiscal year that starts October 1st. And I understand it, I'm just not 100% sure I agree with it. As usual, at this moment, I'm still kind of on the fence. I'm trying to figure out if this is a good thing, a bad thing, if I'm indifferent to it. Where can we make improvements? Mostly what I want to say is let's stay engaged. Make sure we reach out to our local legislators and let them know where we stand on it. We do have a Democratic-controlled Senate, and we have a GOP-controlled House. So hard telling where this is going to go and how it's going to roll through. But it's on the table, guys. It's out there. There's a chance, there's a very strong chance that this is actually going to pass and go through. And if you haven't already caught my video on the baiting license opportunity, we'll call it, for this year, the proposal for a deer baiting license, make sure you go and watch that video. It's either here or down there or in the description. I'll make sure there's a link for that here so you can check that out. But definitely go and watch that video too about the baiting license opportunity for this year for deer and elk. I'm just not sure what to think right now. I'm not discouraged by this, but I'm not encouraged by it either. I'm just not sure where it leads us for the future. There's definitely been a change in the culture of our hunting and fishing in this state. And there's been a heritage change that has probably not been for the better. If anything, the decline in numbers is because of people not participating as much in the sport, either because their parents didn't get them into it, or because of costs, because of availability of land, that kind of thing. Which there is, by the way, a ton of state land available in this state to hunt. So don't let that discourage you. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. So along with everything that we've already discussed in this video, I want to bring your attention back to where does the money go? So what's going to happen with this money? If you guys visit many of the state-owned and state-operated facilities that we have all around this awesome, beautiful state of Michigan, there are a lot of dams that are in need of repair. There are a lot of fisheries that are very outdated and in need of updates and need of new concrete, pumps, things of that nature. And these things cost money. I understand that. Is the higher license fees going to stop me from hunting? I can honestly say it won't. I'm still going to buy licenses. I'm still going to go hunting. I'm still going to go fishing. I love the outdoors. I love the state of Michigan. I love the opportunities that we have here. I love the beauty of this nature. And I truly believe that all of you do as well. But our job as concerned citizens and the sportsmen of this state who are contributing our license fees to the resources and the maintenance and the restoration of everything environmental and outdoors that we use, I want to make sure that I know where that money's going and what it's being used for. So my hope and my prayer for this increased license fees, if it passes, which like I said, it's very likely to do, where's that money going to go? What's it going to do? What are we using it for? Please tell me it's not solar farms. That'll be a different video. But we have so many awesome resources in this state, and we need to protect and maintain them. And we need people to do that. So we have to pay for that somehow. Is license fees the only way to do it, I don't know. I just hope that this money goes for something good, that it is earmarked and specially dedicated to projects and improvements that need to be made. There are tons and tons of parking lots and structures and restrooms and, like I said, dams, boat launches, docks, a whole lot of things that are publicly owned, that are part of our access here in the state of Michigan, that are desperately in need of repair. If that's where all this money's going, great. I might even be willing to pay more than what they're asking for if I know that every single dollar that I put in is going to be spent to reclaim and restore and protect and maintain all of those public facilities that we have access to, that we get to use. And that's really where this falls on my heart. So like I said, I'm still kind of on the fence where I'm at with this. But I want to know what you guys think. Please tell me down in the comments below what you think about this whole scenario, what this whole process is going to look like to you, and what you think about this idea. It's almost inevitable at this point. This is the third time it's come up, and this time it's into our state budget proposal for the next fiscal year. I'm not sure how much longer it's avoidable, fellas and ladies, pardon me. For all of you, I know there's lots of sportsmen in this state of Michigan. I hope you all get a chance to see this video. If you have a friend that needs to see this, that needs to hear about it, please make sure you share it with them. There's definitely bound to be controversy out of this. There's definitely going to be a lot of opinions. I would love it if you guys would tell me what you think. And if you have any more information or resources for me, please put that in the comments as well, so that I can research and stay up to date and help keep all of our subscribers and fans up to date, and continue to support you guys in getting this information out to you. So I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. I really, 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 really appreciate and love all of you. So if you haven't checked out our other channels, make sure you go over and check out Camp Carpenter and Cal Builds, a couple other channels that we have. That's stuff that's not hunting, fishing, gun related. And make sure to share this with your friends. If you have a friend that needs to get this message, make sure you share it with them. We really need to make sure everybody knows. And we will contact our legislators and let them know what we think about this bill. I'm going to take a little bit more time to research it. But I'll end it there. Thank you for watching. Love and appreciate every single one of you. As always, shoot straight. Keep the fire going.